Hello fellow lesbos, my name is Tasj Ede and you are watching the Lesbo Talk Show. Now this show is all about having a good time and making lesbians a little less serious, because let's face it bitches, we're awesome. In this episode we have segments such as Holy Shit I Was Gay, Lesbian Would You Rather, Crush Time and so much more. This is gonna be gayer than a unicorn on crack, so on that note, welcome. So I thought it would make sense to start the show with the iconic first step of any lesbian's girl-loving journey, and that is trying to figure out whether there is any way in hell that the girl you like might actually be into girls too. This entire somewhat excruciating process can be summed up into one magnificent and magical term known as gaydar. Now, over the past couple of years of trying to look for the signs and work out what the bloody fuck is supposed to be pinging on my so-called gaydar, I feel like I have bypassed a few of the obvious signs like the good old buzz cut, plaid shirts and whether they're in possession of a cat or not, and have come up with a few out of the box or closet ideas, if you will, of my own. So gaydar sign number 1, gay hands. Now I know this must sound weird, but it's something I've really noticed during my studies of gay gals. I'm pretty certain if you look at any lesbo's hands, they have distinctly different shaped, sort of styled hands than straight women do. Aside from the whole short fingernail situation, I've found our hands tend to slightly sort of have more rounded fingertips and our knuckles are more pronounced. Also, the nails themselves are a bit of a different shape. If you don't believe me, check these pictures of my hands compared to some of my straight girlfriends' hands. See, they're different, right? So the big question is, do you have gay hands? Now, gaydar sign number 2, strong jaws. Now this sign is a little bit more ambiguous, but I still think it holds some value. I don't know why this is, but to me lesbians always seem to have a stronger and more defined jawline. Let's talk about some lesbian examples. Now, Leisha Haley, aka Alice from the L Word, she has a great defined jawline. Jodie Foster, you guessed it, strong jaw. Tegan and Sarah, double fucking whammy. Those two have the best goddamn jawlines in the business. Now, gaydar sign number 3, the wristband hoard. My final lesbo gaydar sign to look for is the wristband hoard. I know it sounds odd, but bear with me. See, the thing is, I have one, my straight friends don't have one, so do you have one? This is the wristband hoard. It's just another one of those small things that I tend to pick up on when I start to hear the faint sounds of pinging on my gaydar. I just feel like I've seen it way too many times in the lesbo arena to not be able to count it as a sign. So maybe you should look out for it the next time you're trying to work out if a girl is gay or not. It could help you out. I hope that gives you a couple more things to look out for when searching for the lesies of the world. So get out there and get those gaydars pinging. Good luck, lesbos. So whilst I was writing this show, the gaydar sign number 3 section specifically, I got really hungry because I hadn't eaten yet that day. So I got up to go and make some breakfast like you do. Now, as I got up, a thought popped into my head and it said, food is the most important thing right now. I need to be thinking straight. I then realised what I just said, bearing in mind I'm making like the gayest show ever, and I thought it was absolutely fucking wonderful. So I sat back down in my seat and typed that shit into my computer, because sometimes you can't come up with greatness, it has to be bestowed upon you. You're welcome. Now, as much as some people like to think that one day you wake up from your slumber and some hellish little demon bitch pops up from under your bed and says, "Raw, wanna be gay?" And you go, "Well, duh, of course I do. Let me go pack my bags and we can walk off into the alternative lifestyle sunset, ecstatic with the decision we just made." That's not how it works. You've only got to look back on my time as a kiddo to know that gayness is born into you from the very beginning. It's fair to say that there are a few telltale signs, so here are just a couple of them. Number 1, loving Kristen Stewart since I was 6. I'm now 18. That's a big sign of gayness. Number 2, wearing boys' underwear as a child. Fucking big sign of gayness. Finally, number 3, dressing up as Mr. Incredible and Spider-Man. Fucking huge sign of gayness. Roll the VT. As us lesbos know, the use of stereotypes is still pretty evident in everyday life. Even though they're a pain in the arse to deal with sometimes, we've just got to be honest with ourselves. Stereotypes aren't built from nothing. There's a smidgen of truth in all of them. And in my opinion, the best way to get around stereotypes is to have a sense of humour about them. Take the piss out of them and ourselves and just have a laugh. That's why I have constructed this segment, aptly called Stereotypes. I couldn't think of a better name, so sue me. Roll the VTs. Oh, hi everyone. This is my cat, Pussy Willow. Now, I really love this cat a lot. It's so pretty and so cute, and I'm such a stereotypical lesbian that loves this pussy. Funnily enough, not all lesbians love cats. So the funny thing is, not all lesbians have short hair. Oh, hi! I didn't see you there. I was just about to binge watch the L Word. Funny thing is, not all lesbians like the L Word. We love it. Moving on, Would You Rather is one of my favourite games ever invented, mainly because there's no running involved, but whatever. So I thought we could do something fun. I have come up with some wonderful lesbo-specific Would You Rather questions, so feel free to play along with me and let's get this shit started. Question 1. Would you rather that no one could ever guess that you're gay, or have every person you ever meet instantly know that you're gay? Now for me personally, I would rather everyone just know I was gay because it saves the bitch of coming out and, that's a pain. Question 2. Would you rather know who killed Jenny on the L Word, or be able to bring back Dana for all the remaining series? Now this is a bloody hard one, not gonna lie, because I feel like I'm not gonna die happy if I don't know who killed Jenny, but also, Dana was like the best character ever, and the fact that she died from cancer is bullshit, and everyone wants to bring her back. So for me, I think Dana needs to be resurrected. Question 3. Would you rather wear Vans or heels for the rest of your godforsaken life? It's gotta be Vans, every time. Question 4. Would you rather be locked in a cell with Alex Voss or Stella Carlin, aka Ruby Rose? Now I know there's been some Ruby Rose hype, but I'm classic, and it's gotta be Alex. So finally, question 5. Would you rather have a pet unicorn that poops rainbows, or a pet cat that, does nothing? It's just a cat, but I know how lesbians love their pussies. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but it's crush time. The occasion within this amazing show where we finally get to discuss our undying love for all the wonderful lesbian and straight celeb crushes we have. Now, anyone that knows me is aware of the fact that I go through crushes as quick as Shane left Carmen at the altar. But they would also know that throughout all of these crushes, I have my number one consistent crush on Tegan Quinn. I would put a picture on screen, but copyright's a bitch, and let's face it, every lesbian on the planet knows who Tegan and Sarah are anyway. We've covered everything from gaydar to crushes to stereotypes to whatever the fuck gay hands are in this show. So it makes sense that the next segment would have to be coming out stories. My main coming out story is in 2 parts because I ended up telling my mum and my dad on 2 separate occasions. The first story involves me crying in the middle of an Old Navy store and comes from the time I told my mum. We were on holiday in Orlando and had decided to go shopping at the Florida Mall for the afternoon. Before me and my mum went out, my dad had made a comment about me eventually getting a boyfriend or something similar. Because I didn't want any form of boyfriend, because of the gayness, it annoyed me a bit. Anyway, we drove to the shops and started looking around. That's when my mum started asking why I was upset, and then proceeded to ask me if I was into girls rather than boys. I quickly got up the courage, but was super scared to say that I did indeed like girls. She was fine with everything, and we started talking about it all like you do, and that's when the floodgates opened on my behalf. It was such a relief to say I'm gay, and it was all really new actually being able to talk about it, so my body responded to this new experience by crying, and a bit more crying. This evidently caused me to be wandering around the mall, tears pouring from my puffy eyes, trying to shield my face so people couldn't see me, and then walking into Old Navy to try and find some new jeans. I couldn't even see what the jeans looked like, let alone the fucking size, because my eyes were glossing over from all the tears. So yeah, that was a real fun experience. The second story comes from telling my dad. It was Valentine's Day of 2015. My family had just finished a lovely steak dinner cooked by my mum, and I'd set myself the goal of telling him on that particular day a couple of weeks previously. The evening was coming to a close and Dad was going up to bed to get up for work the next day. I really told myself, it's now or never. so I followed him upstairs and sat with him for a while. I told him there was something I needed to say and spent about the next half an hour stammering and stuttering over and over again, trying to get the words out. I did this for what seemed like an age, and then finally my mouth opened and said the oh so important words, "I like girls, not boys." He was lovely about it, told me he loved me, and I felt really grateful. So both experiences turned out great in the end. Luckily for me, I've had a good time with coming out so far, and for that I'm really grateful, because unfortunately it's not always the case for everyone, even though it should be. Well, sadly, that's all for now on the Lesbo Talk Show, but I really hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I've enjoyed making it. I look forward to hopefully seeing you guys again soon. Thank you so much for watching. Later, Lesbos.